I've been a volunteer with the Baltimore County League of Women Voters since the mid-1980s, and the National League of Women Voters was founded in 1920, when around the time that the 19th Amendment was passed and women gained the right to vote. And the League was founded to register women to vote, encourage them to vote, and educate women about voting, the importance of voting, and issues, national issues, state and local issues. One thing we do at each election cycle is we prepare a publication called The Voter's Guide, and it's in print form and it's online. The Voter's Guide describes for voters the process for that election, like if there is the mail-in option and it has any changes, what those changes would be, so voters know if they have to request a ballot or if it will come to them automatically, let's say. And then for each of the offices where we're voting, it has a description of the office, what are the duties of that, the person who holds the office. And then we ask candidates a series of questions, and we print what they turn in. And I think it's 50 words, up to 50 words, and it might be questions on the economy, education, immigration, all different things like that, transportation, that are some timely issues in whatever jurisdiction the Voter's Guide is. The National League has a website that also has our Voter's Guide information called vote411.org. And so citizens can log on to that, put in their address, and then the information on the offices they'll be voting for comes up, and the answers to the questions that the League has posed. In years where we have local elections for county council, for example, county executive, and now elected school board members, we have forums, and they're in libraries and schools. And so it's a time when voters can come, constituents can come and ask questions of the candidates, and which is a way that if the candidate directly answers a question, then you know how that person feels, or you know what that person's position is. And then I guess other things would be leagues all around the state often have panel discussions on issues like disinformation and misinformation. And we tend to think misinformation can be something that's spread when someone doesn't realize it's not correct. And disinformation can be deliberately misrepresenting a person or an idea or a situation. The state requires that local jurisdictions have some type of monitoring or observation of a certain percentage of polling places in each election, and the State Board of Elections makes a form. It's several pages long, and our County Board of Elections contracts with the League so that League members conduct those polling place evaluations. And so we have a training with Board of Elections, and then when I've done it, I go to a polling place with my form and introduce myself to the election judges and say why I'm there, and show them my form that I'm going to fill out. And it takes about 45 minutes, and it has questions like, is there a long line? And are voters going quickly through the sign-in process? Are there voting booths set up for voters who might be in a wheelchair, for example, and are they accessible? Are there, that kind of thing. And then there are different signs that are posted around the polling place, like, please turn off your cell phone, that kind of thing. And do not bring electioneering materials in with you. And so they ask, are these different signs posted in the polling place. And then we turn those in to the Board of Elections, and then they can see if there are lapses or whatever you would call it at certain polling places or lots of polling places. And we love to have people join us and also get involved. And so our website is lwvbaltimorecounty.org. They could go on our website and see how to email our office and also how to call and get information. And our office manager can send anybody a packet of information so that someone could see what our newsletter looks like and kind of what events are coming up, things like that. And we always emphasize that someone can be as involved as he or she wishes to be. And I say he or she because we have men members too. My husband's an active member. And so there are a lot of opportunities to learn and a lot of opportunities to get involved. Before my husband and I moved, we lived in Connecticut. And I was a social worker there. And one of my colleagues said, when you move to Maryland, you've got to join the League because it'll be a way to learn about your community and the issues that are important to your community. And also, you'll meet a lot of interesting women. It'll be a way to get to know people when you arrive. So that's what I did, and it proved to be true. So I've stayed involved all this time.